Okay, so I saw this post. It says, "Who is the biggest female star of the 21st century?" Okay, so here are the artists. Here are the artists, and if we're gonna be honest, it all is going to boil down to Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Okay, I thought about it for 5 seconds, and I'm going to pick Beyonce. Why am I going to pick Beyonce? Because I feel like Beyonce's brand is bigger than Taylor Swift's brand at this point. If you think about it, Beyonce, her entire career has been an A-lister. Has been an A-lister. Okay, Taylor Swift had points of her career where she wasn't really up there. Like if you're thinking about kind of like the Lover era and everything like that, the Speak Now era, she kind of like wavered a little bit. And of course she came back. Of course she came back. For the majority of her career, she's been an A-lister. And I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I have to preface this. I'm not trying to hate on Taylor Swift. I'm just trying to, talk about the situation. So you have that. And I mean, if we're looking at Beyonce's career in the 2000s, especially, Dangerously in Love, that was a successful album. She had, what, 4 or 5 number ones on that album. Successful tour. B-Day, she had Dreamgirls the same year. She had I Am Sasha Fierce. She had Halo, which was a huge song. She had Single Ladies. Like, Single Ladies was a cultural revolution. 4, she kind of dipped a little bit at 4. I will give you that. However, Run the World still, what, top 30 and everything like that. She came back with self-titled, surprise dropping an album, okay? For her standards flopped so bad, they were calling it foreclosure, okay? Self-titled literally changed it because she surprise dropped. She had Drunk in Love with Jay-Z, that was a whole moment. And then you go to Lemonade, which was another great moment for her. She had Sorry and moments like that as well. So that was important. Okay. You had the Black is King era, which, I mean, that kind of flopped, no shade if I'm being honest. And then you also go to the Renaissance era, which was a cultural reset. You had the entire Mute Challenge as well. And you also had the Cowboy Carter era, which it wasn't her biggest era. She was able to have modern success. And the tour, I went to the tour, it was fantastic. Okay. So I think just kind of looking at it, looking at Beyonce in the pop lexicon, I just think that the longevity that Beyonce has had, I'm going to take that over what Taylor Swift's doing right now. Because if you really think about it this way, Beyonce debuted before Taylor Swift. You're looking at the 90s with Destiny's Child stuff, and then she makes her debut in 2003. And it's 2025, and Beyonce is still an A-list star. Okay, so she's technically had more longevity than Taylor Swift because she's been out longer than Taylor Swift. But just her in the pop culture lexicon, at the Grammys and everything like that, like Beyonce is just, she's that girl, no pun intended. And her tours, like her being able to do stadiums, only people like her, Taylor Swift, and maybe like 5 other artists can do stadiums. Okay, that's very hard to do. Let alone, what, 27 years in your career, something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that Beyonce, I just think she was a bigger star. I just think she's a bigger star and everything like that. I mean, you just see how revered that she is as well. Like, yeah, Beyonce has like a lot of haters and everything like that, and a lot of racism her way. And so many people call Beyonce overrated. And I think if you call Beyonce overrated, you're just insane. I'm sorry. However, I just think that she has a lot of love. She has love. If you look at her concerts, you look at, the first week streams, you look at her great stuff on Billboard. I don't know. I'm just taking Beyonce at this point. I just think Beyonce is a bigger star than Taylor Swift. I don't know how else to put it. I'm sure that there's other metrics that I'm forgetting as well, but I would pick Beyonce over Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift would be number 2, obviously. I mean, Taylor Swift's success speaks for itself. Most prominently, you have to talk about Fearless in 1989. Those are huge eras for her. I think that Fearless is Diamond or at close to be. Same thing with 1989. She had multiple number 1 hits off 1989, and that's what brought me into Taylor Swift. You look at what she did coming back with Reputation, selling a million as well. And then speaking of that, Beyonce's Reputation hasn't taken quite the hit that Taylor's did, during that era specifically and everything like that. Beyonce's been able to kind of sustain the popularity and the reputation better than Taylor Swift. So I think that also gives Beyonce an edge. But anyways, Folklore, she came back 846K first week and everything. Midnight sold over 2 million, I believe, as well. I think same for Tortured Poets. So I think I would give Taylor the edge if we're looking at Billboard 200 numbers. She always does really good selling her albums, and she's cultivated a great fan base in that respect. So she definitely has the edge on Billboard 200. Beyonce is probably doing better on Billboard Hot 100. So I'd give the edge to Taylor on Billboard 200 respectively. She has a great fan base and everything. I mean, Beyonce has a great fan base too. That's how she's selling out stadiums at this point. People want to make up lies about Beyonce's ticket sales and all this other shit. When I went, it was packed. Okay, she's going and selling out stadiums for a reason. So I think it's really disingenuous to say, if I'm being honest with you guys. So there's that and everything like that. And you have the whole white black thing, which obviously I have to talk about and everything. Taylor Swift is going to be able to have probably a broader appeal because she is a white woman. At the end of the day, there is white privilege and everything. And for people who want to say, why do you make everything about race? Because it is. It simply is. People try to argue with me and say that Taylor Swift gets more hate than Beyonce. She doesn't. She doesn't. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift gets a lot of hate, but she gets a lot of love. It balances out. Beyonce, yeah, she just gives more hate than Taylor Swift. I don't know. I don't know. Like, just the stuff that people be saying about Beyonce, the racism that comes away, it's not the same. It's not the same. Let's look at that Grammy shit and everything like that. Like, it's not the same. It's not. It's really not. So I just think that it's really funny how you guys try to convince people that Taylor Swift is getting more hate than Beyonce. If we're gonna keep it about, no, there's a certain way. Just her being white, it makes her more palatable. I mean, I think we have to say it. I think we have to be honest. Anybody, it is what it is. So those are top two. Those are top two. Everybody else, you couldn't make a case for anybody here to be number one. You really couldn't. Rihanna has had success on Billboard Hot 100. She's had success. But in terms of overall star power, in terms of overall success, respect in the industry, Beyonce, it is what it is. And its success, Taylor Swift has eclipsed her, no shade. But she had 14 number one hits on Billboard Hot 100. I'll give it to her. Katy Perry, she had 3 successful eras. Let's be fucking for real. Adele has been successful in her own market and everything. I will say that. Again, Taylor Swift eclipsed. Britney Spears was very successful for her era, but these two are these two. It's no shade. Lady Gaga was a setup, no shade. And Miley Cyrus was a setup, no shade. How are you gonna have somebody who flopped for 10 years on this list? Just have to keep it real. But I don't know. I think it just boils down to Taylor Swift and Beyonce. You could make a case for either of them. I would be willing to hear you out. I don't know. I just think Beyonce is a bigger star. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. So I would give the edge to Beyonce, but let me know what you think.